Hey everyone, welcome back to TechByte. That's the thing now, in case you couldn't tell. And today we're going to be taking a look at the iBlason Halo Series hardshell protective case for the 2016 MacBook Pro. Alright, so let's quickly take a look at this shiny blue label on the front here. It says iBlason Halo Series hardshell protective case. Comes with 360-degree protection, it's scratch resistant, has accurate cutouts, and is for the 13-inch MacBook Pro 2016. And you know, I feel like there's not really that much you can do with a box for a laptop case, but this definitely adds a nice little premium touch to it, which I think is very nice. And as you can see, there isn't really much else on this box. I mean, why would there be? So let's go ahead and dive right in. Opening the case, you'll see that we just have the case as well as our favorite instructions. If you want to take a look at these, pause the screen right now. Taking a look at what else is in the box, there is nothing in there at all, so let's go ahead and grab the knife, slice this open, and have a look at the case. Also, can we take a second to appreciate how awesome this sounded? Okay, so here is the case. It's nice and blue. But now let's go ahead and take a look at its features. On the front, you have a nice little cutout that will make it more easy to lift the screen. On the bottom, you have 4 rubberized feet to keep your MacBook from slipping around, and then you have 2 cutouts that allow for better ventilation. Speaking of cutouts, you have one big cutout on the back here that will allow the hinge to move freely. Then on the left, you have one cutout for the 2 USB-C ports, and you have the same thing on the right, and it does have enough space for the headphone jack. And then, just because it's unavoidable, you have some branding. It's kept very subtle though, which I like, and it just says iBlason on the front here, as well as on the bottom. The last thing that might be worth mentioning here is that the outside of the case has a very nice matte finish on it, and the inside of the case is left nice and glossy. Alright, so we got the case. Let's go ahead and bring in the MacBook right there. Nice and shiny. So as you just saw, the case comes in 2 separate parts, so let's go ahead and pop this top part on first. Should be pretty easy. I was kind of expecting a click. Ah. Boom. Bam. There we go. I think we're in business. Yep, so that looks like it latched on pretty well. So we can move on to the bottom piece. Alright, I'm just going to place this on here and yeah, I don't think that did it. Alright, let's go in for some fine tuning. Let's see. Yep. This guy's in, but this guy... There we go. There we go. And now it's time for a segment called Will the Screen Fall Down When the Case is on? I'm sorry. Let's begin. So when it comes to the cases for the new MacBooks, what people have been complaining about the most on Amazon is the fact that the screen will start to fall down slowly by itself when you let go due to the hinge not being able to support the extra weight. So let's be very scientific about this and take a gradual approach. 90-degree angle, completely fine. 70-degree angle, still completely fine. 50-degree angle, still fine. Let's go to 45, still good. Let's go to 40. Alright, now let's go a little lower. And there you have it. So the MacBook will start closing all by itself once it reaches a certain point, which is about like right there. But here's the thing you have to think about. I mean, who in their right mind uses a MacBook Pro like this? Huh? So, in my opinion, the complaints are kind of stupid. You know, I never really did know what to use these guys on, but I think I'm onto something. So overall, I think this case definitely looks very cool, especially with that Apple logo, and it's very thin as well, which means it's also not very heavy. It definitely adds some weight to the MacBook, but not too much. You've got some heavy-duty cases out there that make this thing thicker than a 1991 PowerBook. Did that exist? If it did exist, a picture on screen. Power book. Haha! That being said, this is definitely not the type of case that I would want my MacBook Pro to take a fall in, but that's just not the kind of case it is. There's cases for that. This type of case is more for giving you peace of mind when you're working on a surface that you know hasn't been cleaned or that might have little debris on it that could potentially scratch up the bottom of your MacBook. So to sum it all up, this case is basically a scratch shield that might, if one day you are unfortunate enough to drop your MacBook, provide an extra layer of protection, but you know, don't count on it. Now as this video wraps up, make sure to click that like button down there, helps out a bunch. Also hit me up with any questions you have in the comments below, of course, and if you feel so inclined, if you feel like I've earned it, consider subscribing, it really means a lot. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.